President Esch, Dean Fitz, faculty, distinguished guests, and graduates. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2022. Your dedication and perseverance has brought you to this milestone occasion. The pinning ceremony was established at the Nightingale School of Nursing at St. Thomas Hospital in London in the 1860s. The pin is symbolic of the Red Cross of St. George, which was awarded to Florence Nightingale for her selfless service to the injured and dying during the Crimean War. Florence chose to extend this honor to her most outstanding graduate nurses by presenting each of them with the Medal for Excellence. The first pin was presented to the graduating class of 1880 at the Bellevue Hospital of Nursing in New York City, and we continue that tradition today. The pinning ceremony is not only the culmination of the initial educational journey of these graduates, but also a beautiful rite of passage into the profession of nursing. The graduates seated before you have worked diligently through the nursing program. They have demonstrated academic achievement and clinical competence. They have confirmed the attributes of the professional nurse, including advocacy and clinical judgment, and they enveloped these attributes in compassion. I believe, if asked, the graduates would tell you that their journey to commencement has been difficult. Not every person has the fortitude to become a nurse, yet these graduates persevered because of your support, because of their desire to enter the caring profession of nursing, their strong will to succeed, and because of their academic preparation. As Walt Disney has been quoted, we keep moving forward, opening new doors, and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. The curiosity of these graduates served them well as they traversed the past 2 years. Years engaged in the educational program, but highlighted by a global pandemic. They were challenged to think about healthcare and how to best deliver nursing care in the midst of uncertainty and stress across healthcare environments. In addition, the graduates and our world were experiencing the heightened issues related to social justice, civil rights, and environmental, financial, and racial inequities. And I believe they are more prepared for the profession because these experiences have transformed their lives. During their ASN program, these graduates allayed the fears of hospitalized children, researched and educated patients, families, and communities about disease and health promotion, promoted dignity for the elderly, and grew, both professionally and personally, through their academic formation. As graduates, they will soon join the 4.3 million nurses in the evolving healthcare environment to act on new thinking, to care for, to innovate, to inspire. Always continue to challenge yourselves to be the best version of you. As these graduates now embark upon the professional practice, they know that their education is not complete. as a nurse continues to learn and must, to remain current and abreast with technology and practice standards in this ever-changing world of healthcare, I encourage you, the graduate, to make your mark in the healthcare arena by practicing your profession with integrity, to promote and protect the rights, health, and safety of the patient entrusted to your care. I also challenge you to advocate for the profession which you now enter, to collaborate with other members of the healthcare team and the public to protect human rights, to promote health diplomacy, and to reduce health disparity. Nursing can do this. There is power in numbers, and you can impact change. Many of these graduates will start as novice nurses with no prior healthcare experience to draw from. In order to best prepare them, I have observed the faculty embodying the qualities of transformational leadership to educate, to inspire, and to model best practice for the graduates. The qualities of a transformational leader include intellectual stimulation, problem solving, and clinical judgment, individualized consideration, mentoring, and supporting student growth and educational development, inspirational motivation, inspiring and motivating, and idealized influence, being a positive role model, walking the talk, and upholding the positive qualities of honesty, ethics, integrity, and dependability. I am honored to work with a talented and dedicated faculty, and I thank them for their selfless service to nursing education. In a few moments, the graduates will recite the Nightingale Pledge, where they will profess to remain true to the tenets of the professional nurse, the qualities that they observed of the faculty and are now asked to embrace and exemplify as they become members of America's most trusted profession for the last 20 years. Florence Nightingale became known as the Lady of the Lamp. Nightingale would light a lamp and pass the flame to each nurse as they said the pledge. As a tribute to Florence's dedication, the lamp icon has become symbolic of nursing. The lamp will always shine brightly as a symbol of the care and devotion the nurse administers to the sick and injured in the practice of nursing. Graduates, congratulations on achieving this milestone, and may your inner light always shine brightly as you move through your professional career. Congratulations again. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Professor Mary Dinger, ASN Program Coordinator, to the podium.
I'd like to welcome everyone here today. Wow, we're finally here, right? I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the class of 2022. To the families and friends, you've offered your never-ending support throughout their journey, and I think these guys would probably agree that you too deserve a great big thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize the nursing faculty, Professor Ben Bickford, Professor Mary Bozer, Dr. Martha Dibble, Dr. Andy Leslie, and Professor Celinda Austin Strick. Would also like to recognize Lori Dennis. What we do would not be possible without all her support. What does it take to be here today? It takes countless hours of studying and reading textbooks. It takes getting up at the crack of dawn to arrive at clinical on time. It takes staying up into the wee hours of night to get that last med card done. It takes countless practice questions and hours of remediation. It takes missing outings with friends and families to study just a little more. It takes support of families and friends. It takes a group of former strangers who became friends to provide reassurance and a listening ear. It takes faculty who continue to push the limits of their students. It takes pushing yourself beyond a point that you don't think is humanly possible. It takes learning how to negotiate virtual learning while keeping yourself and others safe. And that takes learning how to get into the physical classroom once we're allowed to do so again. Most importantly, it takes a student who believes that is possible. I'd like to share a dialogue that a nurse friend of mine who is a former student sent me after a long, hard day at work, and the author is unknown. "You're a nurse? That's cool. What do you make?" "What do I make?" the nurse replied. "I make holding your hand seem like the most important thing in the world when you're scared. I can make your child breathe when he stops. I can help your father survive a heart attack. I make myself get out of bed at 5 a.m. to make sure your mother has the medicine she needs to live. I work all day to save the lives of others. I make my family wait for dinner until I know that your family member is taken care of. I make myself skip lunch so that I can make sure that everything I did for your husband is charted. I make myself work weekends and holidays because people don't just get sick Monday through Friday. Today I might save your life. I make a difference. What do you make?" I'm proud to say that we're joined here today with 26 new nurses who make a difference. Congratulations to the class of 2022. This time I would like to introduce Interim President Rick Esch.
Good morning. On behalf of the faculty and staff at Pitt Bradford, I offer congratulations. We are all very proud of you individually. We're proud of your families. We're proud of you because you've successfully completed the requirements of this rigorous program. And you've discovered this was not an easy course of study. You had to focus, study hard, make sacrifices. We're also proud of you because you've chosen the very noble profession at a time when knowledgeable, dedicated, and compassionate nurses are needed more than ever before. It takes a very special person to be a nurse, someone who not only has the knowledge but possesses a deep well of compassion and empathy and wants to care for others at times when they are the most vulnerable. I applaud your commitment and your desire to become a caregiver, particularly in what has become a more challenging and complex healthcare environment. As you begin your career, please remember what your professors taught you, how they patiently guided and mentored you, and how they set an example of excellence and professionalism. I hope you will share all of that freely with those in your care and your healthcare colleagues throughout your career. Again, congratulations, class of 2022, and to the families. And at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. David Fitz, Interim Vice President and Dean of Academic Affairs.
First of all, let me extend my congratulations to the students. Congratulations. Secondly, in a sense, let me recognize Mr. Josh Bridges, who's president of the Pitt Bradford Alumni Association and who is right over here. If you will stand, Josh. Will the graduates please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the Office of Academic Affairs, I present to you the Associate of Science in Nursing class of 2022. At this time, I ask Dr. Martha Dribble to please come forward to present the pins, and President Rick Esch to come forward too. As I read your name, please come forward. Alana M. Allen. Lillian Dorothy Baldwin. Jacob A. Billisitz. Brianna J. Butler. Alyssa M. Kolscher. Haley E. Donesco. Jean Farley. Wendy Fitch. Danielle N. Haight. Caitlin E. Hoffman. Patricia C. Lucas. Anna L. Mallison Austin. Lynn F. Meyer. Elisa Z. Miller. Alexis T. Montgomery. Madison C. Nicholas. Ryan O'Neill. Ekta D. Patel. Alicia Reese. Julie Rudolph. Madeline M. Sunderland. James T. Taylor IV. Gracie J. Walters. Sydney L. Whitfield. Beth A. Williams. Danya Zavala Garcia. And I think they deserve one more round of applause here, folks. Now I ask Professor Ben Vickford to please come forward.
Good morning. Before I present this award to Caitlin, I was just kind of thinking about some of the challenges that this class has faced over the last 2 years in this program. Obviously, it's a very rigorous and intense program, but I was reflecting on some of the other challenges as we sit here with the option of not wearing our masks and the challenges that the COVID had also brought us. I also think that it's been kind of an interesting experience as we have had to adapt over the last few years to deliver both education and our clinical delivery. And I've enjoyed meeting some of your pets as they've intruded upon our Zoom meetings and other things. And I apologize for Mr. Cat's intrusions and the parts of him no one wanted to see as well. But I think, overcoming the challenges with the COVID and the pandemic, as we hopefully continue to emerge from that, also needs to be recognized with not only the graduating nursing class, but graduates across the country as well. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Caitlin to stand as I present her this year's Academic Achievement Award. Okay, Caitlin Hoffman. So Caitlin has been selected as this year's recipient of the ASN Academic Achievement Award. This award is presented to the ASN graduate who demonstrates outstanding academic achievement, intellectual growth and development, and integrity and professionalism in the field of nursing. Caitlin chose nursing at the age of 15 while watching a supportive care nurse provide care to her sister after a significant illness. Caitlin has been described as quiet, intelligent, focused. Her academic pursuits have served her well. Caitlin aspires to work throughout the field of nursing, beginning in maternity or cardiovascular unit, then transitioning to occupational health nursing. She appreciates the vast opportunity to provide injury education and health prevention in the workplace. Caitlin's award was presented to her at the University Honors Convocation held earlier this month. Congratulations to Caitlin on being open to the vast possibilities of the profession of nursing. We wish you well. Congratulations, Caitlin. Now I'd like to ask Professor Mary Dinger to come to the podium. Thank you, Mary.
It is my great pleasure to recognize this year's recipient of the ASN Clinical Nursing Excellence Award, Elisa Miller. The speech was prepared by Professor Merritt Bozer, who could not be with us today, so I'm reading it on her behalf. This award was created to recognize outstanding clinical performance of a nursing student as evaluated by faculty throughout the student's 4 semesters of clinical. The special award offers us a chance to single out an individual whose personal efforts in clinical exemplify the ideals and goals of the nursing profession. Elisa came to the program with a desire to grow intellectually and professionally. When asked why she chose nursing as a profession, she stated, "I've always been supportive to those in need, and I love the feeling of helping people and seeing how the smallest act of kindness can change someone's day." Elisa gives credit for her pursuing her passion to help others by becoming a registered nurse to her parents and her granny. Throughout her life, they have been powerful role models. While growing up, she watched her mother work hard as she returned to school earning a nursing degree, all while working and caring for her family. In addition, if I may point out, she too was the recipient of her school's Clinical Excellence Award. This example of dedication and commitment inspired Elisa to do the best so one day she could give back to others. This is very important, Elisa notes. It means that when caring for others, for better or for worse, you have and will continue to have a tremendous impact on them. Throughout her years of study at Pitt Bradford, Elisa's father has been her hero. He has inspired and encouraged her to be the best she could possibly be and has done everything possible to put her on her path to success, keeping her grounded and putting everything in perspective and always calling at the right time. Building on her family's strength, encouragement, and support, she has persevered in this part of her journey. Lisa believes that the best things in life are the people you love, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. When you're a nurse, you know that every day you will touch a life or a life will touch yours. Mary Bozer reports in the past year that she had the opportunity to work with Elisa both in the classroom and the clinical setting. Mary was impressed by her inquisitive mind and thrilled to see the enjoyment she finds in learning something new. Elisa consistently acted as a role model to others in the clinical settings through her professionalism and her quest for excellence in nursing. No matter what task was presented, she always gave 100%. From the very start, she understood that earning a nursing degree would be very demanding and challenging, a challenge she willingly pursued. After graduation, Elisa plans to begin working as a graduate nurse, pass her NCLEX exam, and then continue her education, pursuing a baccalaureate in nursing. Please join me again in congratulating this year's recipient of the ASN Nursing Clinical Excellence Award, Elisa Miller. At this time, I would like to introduce Leah McElwain, representative of the first-year nursing class.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Congratulations, class. And let's see, Haley Daneska, would you please come to the stage? All right, jump ahead a little bit. On behalf of the class of 2023, I extend congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2022.
Good morning, friends and family. I am honored today to be able to speak on behalf of the ASN graduating class of 2022. As I am standing here today, I am proud to announce that all 26 of us have made it through Nursing 212. And I could not be more proud of every single person standing on this stage today. What a journey we have been through. 2 years ago, on May 15th, we were all receiving the email, "Congratulations, you have been accepted into the ASN program at UPB." This moment will never be forgotten. Tears rushing down our face with a wide smile, screaming, because we were going to be able to pursue our dreams of putting RN at the end of our name. At the start of our journey in nursing school, we all had to share why we were pursuing nursing as a career choice. The majority of our answers stemmed from life experiences, whether it was from frequent hospital visits, sick family members, or just an interest in the medical field. All of us have one thing in common: a desire to provide compassionate care to people during their most vulnerable times. And this is a beautiful thing within itself. As we all know, nursing school in general is vigorous. Plus, ours had a little hiccup to it, COVID. For the start of our nursing school careers, we were put on Zoom, asked to social distance, and we learned to strive on our own without being in person with each other. The second semester was a mix of both Zoom and in person, yet we still had some pretty amazing experiences, like watching a live birth or scrubbing in to observe a C-section and starting our med-surg skills. Third and fourth semester really challenged us because we had to become critical thinkers and learn to be prudent nurses. Today marks the day my fellow classmates and I retire from introducing ourselves as nursing students and now graduated ASN graduates, and soon to be registered nurses. Thank you to our professors, family, friends, and clinical instructors for guiding us through this hardship and pushing us to this point. I can't believe we are all here. Always remember to draw back to your roots of why you chose this beautiful profession, and never let your sunshine dim, because there is always room for growth and change within this field of work. I believe in every single one of you, so go out there and thrive. I would like to just leave a little quote to remind us of how valuable our service is. They may forget your name, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Thank you. Will the graduates please stand for the Florence Nightingale Pledge? I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in conference all personal matters committed to my keeping, and all family affairs coming to my knowledge, in the practice of my calling. Endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care.
Thank you all for joining us for the pinning ceremony. I now call the pinning ceremony closed. The graduates I ask that you all please remain seated until the graduates exit the stage and until the platform party exits. We hope that you will join us for commencement at 2 o'clock today in the Richard E. and Ruth McDowell Sports and Fitness Center. Thank you again for celebrating our graduates.